Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're on Conan Exiles, a game I've had my eye on for a while, and we'll be making a home here in the arid desert. The aim of this home is to be somewhat regal in design, yet also fairly cosy. This was my first build in this game, so the design does get modified a fair amount as the video continues, so do make sure to watch until the end for the absolute final design. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, we're going to lay our foundations. We're using Yamatai foundations in a 6x5 grid layout with the two back lines being raised by one foundation unit and 3 wedge foundations at the front 2 corners of the build to make a 3-sided corner jutting out from either side of the base to serve as entranceways. Next was for the walls. I used Aquilonian walls and door frames to encircle the build, building them 3 tiles high. I initially placed the doorways at the front of the build and a fence at the front flat section of the structure, though I eventually replaced the fence with walls to make sure the build wasn't too open, and I changed the doorway position to allow for more room in the entranceway. Otherwise, if you just opened the door and walked in the entranceway, you'd get a little bit stuck. I also later placed stairs at the back right of the build for access to the raised foundations, and placed pillars in the centre of the build for visual support. I then went on to make the roof of the build, utilising Khitan roof pieces to create a roof with a peaked apex and a peaked cap over the entranceway passages, which sat slightly lower than the peak of the roof. I did have to add more walls inside the build just past the entranceways to properly cover the front of the build underneath the roof. I had also placed railings all along the back of the build at the raised patio area, though I would later remove some of the fences on the inside and replace them with walls to mirror the front of the build and properly enclose the structure. I then went on to place Yamatai doors within the door frames at the front of the build. I then later had to move the doorways 1 tile away from their original placement on either side to facilitate a better entranceway. I created a hollow stack within the wall of the entranceway to make the transition through the door slightly smoother and ensure the player wouldn't be trapped by the door and the wall meeting. Putting the finishing touches on the build, I placed Khitan ceilings underneath the Khitan rooftops that make up the peak of the roof to ensure that the pillar in the centre of the build could properly latch onto the roof rather than just float around aimlessly. However, I did later change this decision and change the pillar itself by placing down Khitan ceilings 2 tiles above the floor to create a hanging second floor supported by the central pillar. I removed the pillar from the top floor of the build to keep the area clutter free, railed off the area with Aquilonian rails and created a staircase on the left hand side of the build with Aquilonian stairs. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. I decorated the outside of the house with awnings atop the doorways and some planters at the front of the build. I went with blue awnings seeing as I feel that they complemented the white tones of the Aquilonian walls quite well. Inside the build, both floors are lit with glowing wall torches, with a fireplace as the centrepiece of the main room. However, first heading upstairs, the overhanging bedroom is small yet luxurious, offering a large double bed sat atop an Aquilonian carpet, along with a desk in the corner of this floor for writing. The wall behind the bed is lit with glowing wall torches again, with a large greatsword hanging above the bed. Back down to the main floor, and the wall towards the front of the build has a stove and an artisan table for all your survival needs. A small dinner table and chairs sit in front of the fireplace, which lights up the room and is adorned with a jaguar skull just above it. Out onto the patio area, this section of the build is for outdoor gatherings, allowing guests to sit around the outdoor table late into the night. The build looks its best when the sun is just starting to come up, with the ethereal light of the wall torches mixing nicely with the glowing flames of the furnace and the soft golden light from the sun. This was the first Conan Exiles build I made, and whilst I think the building system is miles better than that of Ark Survival Evolved, at first I did have, well, a couple of issues. Anyway, that is about all today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, leave a like on this video and let me know in the comments if you have a specific build you would like me to make. Don't forget to check out our Discord and join through the link in the description, and have a look at the channel whilst you're there. There is plenty more Conan Exiles content coming in the future, along with content for a variety of other games. Pretty much I just upload whatever I'm playing. If you like the content on the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers and be the first to see the next video. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.